Every U.S. administration has its own priorities, but going decades back, they all have something in common: the pursuit of the so far unattainable deal, Israeli-Palestinian peace.
Thank you for doing that.
President Trump threw his hat into the ring early on.
We will get it done. We will be working so hard to get it done.
But in the eyes of Palestinians, he disqualified himself just as fast by declaring Jerusalem as Israel's capital and moving the U.S. embassy there.
Officially and diplomatically, there are no contacts with the United States administration because of the Trump's administration decision to move the embassy to Jerusalem, but also because of what has leaked from what is supposed to be the deal of the century. The Palestinians read these ideas and the behavior of the team of Mr. Trump as a team that is trying to liquidate the Palestinian issue and substitute a political solution with some economic actions.
That plan is said to be the work of Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor Jared Kushner, Mideast envoy Jason Greenblatt, and ambassador to Israel David Friedman, three White House officials with no previous experience in diplomacy. The details of it are still all speculation, but senior Palestinian officials tell us what they've already seen is enough.
It's quite clear the American administration is moving according to the following principles: excluding the issue of Jerusalem from the negotiations and considering it the capital of Israel. The refugee issue was excluded and concrete steps were taken to stop funding UNRWA. The third is that the West Bank is not occupied and therefore settlement is legitimate.
The attempt by Mr. Trump to impose on us what he calls the deal of the century. That is no deal. It is not really a compromise. It is not the result of any serious exploration of where we were and how we need to move forward. It's simply a giveaway. And there was no real attempt to explore what are the rights of the Palestinians. What do the Palestinians want?
The Trump administration begs to differ. A spokesperson for the National Security Council told us Dr. Nabil Shat's statements are simply inaccurate. Nothing has changed in terms of our peace efforts. We continue to push forward with our plan, which focuses on what is realistic and what will make both parties better off. No one has seen the plan, so the constant criticism by the Palestinian Authority of a plan they haven't seen makes no sense and is not helpful to the Palestinian people. Palestinian officials claim they've been cut out of the process, with Trump's team focusing on Arab world heavyweights like Saudi Arabia instead. You might remember Riyadh was Trump's first stop abroad as president in May of last year, followed up by a warm White House welcome for the Crown Prince. That powerful Gulf country is believed to be a key part of Trump's peace plan. But those countries' priorities are changing.
Guys, the Arab world says to the Palestinians, we are busy with our own challenges. In Egypt, in the Gulf states, in Lebanon, in Jordan, in Tunisia, and so on and so on. You should start dealing with your own problems in order to be able to enhance your situation.
That's exactly what has Palestinian officials concerned behind the scenes. But publicly, their message is steadfast. Without a green light from Ramallah, Arab countries' hands are tied.
Never will I expect an Arab leader to tell his people, I am, quote unquote, selling out Palestine.
We distinguish between ability and desire, between capacity and desire. There is no Arab capacity to accept the American position, regardless of desire.
Senior Palestinian official Jibril Rajoub put it in these terms, describing Kushner and the young Saudi Crown Prince.
Let the boys talk as they like. We are here, and we will remain here. Okay?
So what do Palestinian officials actually want? They accept the United States will have a seat, just as long as it's not at the head of the table.
Nobody wants to cut off the United States completely from the process. What we want is to end the monopoly of the United States over the so-called process.
The Trump administration tells us they'll announce their plan when the time is right. Who exactly will they announce it to? That's not clear. Nurit, I-24 News, Ramallah.